Hi, so in this video, I want to go over some frequently asked question regarding the ultimate trucker spreadsheet that I saw on Etsy. So before I go any further, I just want to say that this is not financial advice, or if you have any questions or specific questions related to your situation or your business, please reach out to an accountant or a professional. This is just informational purposes only. All right. So one of the frequently asked question I get is how do I allocate our expenses that are unrelated to a specific load and the expense is a general expense. So for example, um, let's say you pay $60,000 for your truck loan, right? And so this $60,000 is a fixed cost. It doesn't go away regardless if you have, 1,000 load or 100 loads or zero load, right? You still have to pay that amount every month regardless. And it's not really specific to any load. It's kind of like a general expense, fixed general expense that you have to pay. So how would you allocate that in this trucker spreadsheet? Because remember, the trucker spreadsheet, the one of its strengths is that it associate each load with each revenue and expenses. But this is not for any of it's not related to a specific load. It's a general expense. So how do we allocate that? So, for example, if we have $60,000 truck loan for the year, right? So you can allocate it different ways. So one way you can do it is a monthly allocation, or you can do weekly allocation or per day allocation, right? So what I have here is I just divide the 60K by 12 months. So then I get 5K per month, and then I just divide this 5K by 4 weeks, and then I divide this 5K here by 30 days if there's 30 days in a month, or you can divide it by 31 days, or like 28 days you're in February, right? So there's different ways of allocating it out. So one way to do that, so let's allocate out the 5,000. We'll just do it in a single shot. So what I do is, I just add a date here, and I just oh, sorry, let me go to load setup. So I just put a date here, and then here I just put like a trucker payment or something, right? So it's not related to a specific load. So I just put a name. You can put any name you want or any number you want. Just understand that that is for a general expense. And then when you come to your expense log, you can just put the month that the expense is for. So let's say, for example, this is for August, and I could just pick the trucker payment, right? And I have it set up as a fixed cost, and I just put $5,000, and this will show up on my August statement, my profit and loss, and then I can put like nine for September as well, and then you can do that for October, right? So October, you just pick this instead of any load, and then this would be your truck payment. So let's go find that truck payment. Oh, you can type it here as well. Okay. So truck payment here, and then we'll just put 5,000, right? So when you go to this profit and loss, you can see here for August, you have 5,000 as truck payment, or it's part of the other amount. But you can see, oh, sorry, I was looking at the total. But here, the August, you see that 5,000 as truck payment. September is 5,000. October is 5,000, right? So you see that it's showing up on your financial year. So you're not understating your financial statement. It's not related to any specific load, but it's still a cost to you. So you still want it to show up on your financial statement, right? So, but if you go to this load search, right, if you're looking for a specific load, like load one, that truck payment is not going to come up because, well, it's not related to that load, right? But if you put in truck payment, see, why is it not showing up? Did I not type it correctly? Oh, trucker payment. Okay. Yeah, here you really need to have the same exact keyword. So if you see trucker payment, okay, great. So it's showing up the total expenses, outflow 15. So you can see total you spend $15,000, which is correct, right? Because here on this profit and loss, There is 15,000 in total for this trucker payment. So that's correct. Um, so that's what I want to point out to you is if you have something to allocate, you can do it per month, per week, per day. You don't have to do it this way. You can divide it by 365 or 366 days, right? Or here you can divide it by 52 weeks as well. But so that's how you would go about allocating out expenses if it's not located or it's not associated with a specific load. Okay. And then the other question is, what if I have a trucking business that has multiple truck? Can this sheet be used for multiple truck? Yes, it can. So remember, the strength of this spreadsheet is that it's associating a load to its specific revenue and expense. So you can have 500, 600 truck, but those 500, 600 truck, what they're doing, they're carrying loads, right? So here on the load setup, you can see you can put the truck number if you want, and then just record all the load for those trucks. So you can have like 1,000 truck, 10 trucks or one truck, right? All those trucks have their own specific load. So you just record all those loads in here, and then those amount would flow through to your profit and loss, and you can see how much you make how much revenue and how much expenses you have for all those loads for all those trucks. Okay. And then the other question is how many years can this sheet handle? So when I built this sheet, I intended for maximum 2 years, and the reason is because data is quite expensive and valuable, right? So you don't want to lose this by putting 10, 20 years of data, right? Hopefully not, because if you lose the sheet or something goes wrong with the sheet, then you're in a pickle. So what I recommend is only put 2 calendar years of data into this sheet, and then make a copy, save it, and then make another copy, and then you can do for the next two calendar year. So that's why you see that when you log the information here, it only goes to a thousand line. But if you need to expand it, if you're someone who needs to have more data, you just go to this add row here, add in Google Sheets. In Excel, you don't need to do this. I think it just keeps going. So just hit add. Okay, adding. All right, so it added there. So as you can see, when you add those lines, oh, I actually hit it twice. So as you can see, it kind of lags. So that's why I don't recommend going over 1,000 lines. You can see that the drop down has already fall under or fall to all the other rows that you've added here. So what you can do is expand this, because here there is a formula. So you just need to drag it down. So basically here it's just grabbing, the month and the year. So you need to drag these formulas down, okay? And just drag all the other ones that have a formula down as well to however all the gray areas down as well to however many rows you've added, okay? So you need to do that for the load, income, expense, and miles and fuel by state log. All right. I don't recommend adding more rows here because these are fixed. If you need this change, please reach out to me for a quote to change it, because this will be very complex because it's attached to the profit and loss and the comparative financial. So yeah, please reach out to me if you need this change. But if you just need to, have more spaces here, then you could do it yourself. Just make sure to expand up the hidden column here, and then pull all the gray column down. All right. So the other thing I want to say is, as you add more information here, you're gonna have to scroll down, right? And then the header disappear. So if you like, you could freeze this. So if you're in Google Sheet, you go to View and then Freeze and go to up to row 6. You can also do this in Excel as well, right? So you can see it's easier. So as you have more data, this header is stationary, so you can see what information you need to provide. Okay. All right. And then, all right, so um, Yeah, I think those are all the questions I've had. So if you have more questions than this, so please let me know, and then I'll be happy to make a video of it to show you how the trucker template could assist. All right, thank you.